Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the 5D News. We are May 13th, and thank you for joining us in this episode. And of course, if you are not subscribed to our channel already, please make sure you do so. And do make sure you like this content if you like this kind of show, because it really helps us into creating some more content just like this show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hi, Sophie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm feeling the full moon. I don't know for you, but I'm really excited about the last few months, the changes that have come into our lives, just making us more authentic, making us more powerful. So I like this energy right now.
Yeah, and you're right, like you're talking about the full moon in Scorpio, and we're going to talk a little bit about it during the show. And usually we have one full moon in Scorpio in a year, and it's usually a time of revelations, sometimes secrets revealed. And we know that Scorpio rules a lot of the underground type of stuff, the dark stuff. Can't wait to ask questions about that, but also this one is going to be particularly special because it's making an opposition to Uranus, a planet of surprises, unexpected events. So also in our personal lives, we're going to be under a full week of Uranus activation. So surprises, unexpected changes, events. And also in the line of full moon and Scorpio, full moon is an ending. Scorpio is the sign of passing, of death and rebirth. So I just wanted to have a little announcement because we lost one of our community member, and I want to send lots of love and our deepest condolences to his family. So our beloved Edward Kemp has passed very recently. So I received an email from his family, and I want to thank his family from the bottom of our hearts for keeping us informed and sending you so much love and so much courage to go through that. And he was very, very loved over here. In honor of our beloved Edward, I would like to ask a question to start the show that was asked by our beloved Edward Kemp. So let's start with that. Here we are. So we're going to start with the Earth and the stars. And he had a wonderful, he has so much respect also for Sophie, his Oracle of Delphi that he liked to call her. So I thought that was so cute. So that was from a few weeks back then. And I know we've asked one question about the pyramids, but I think it requires further investigation on our part. So thanks to Edward for this amazing question. So he's saying, with all the news coming out about Egypt pyramids and what they are, etc., before we ask all kinds of questions to universe, can Oracle of Delphi, aka Wonderful Sophie, when would be the best time to flood you with questions that are already bubbling up in our minds? So I thought that was so sweet. And let's start first. Can we ask the cards, Sophie, are the cards ready to reveal now some more truths about the Egyptian pyramids and what's underground them?
Okay, let's do that.
Are we allowed by the universe to know some more? Because sometimes some questions are protected, sometimes the timing of it is protected.
It says that we're not going to know everything at this time. So we have the boundaries and we have mute. But we do have some this is whenever I have a lightning, I always think about Uranus. Mm-hmm. So there is an aspect with Uranus, and you talked about it just right before. So I think we're really close to it. And it says that the reason why it's not fully accessible is because it would be dangerous, that maybe people with bad intention would have this information and do some things about it. That's why it's blocked still. But let's ask maybe if it's going to be on block.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my calendar as we speak, because this weekend we're going to have a Sun Uranus conjunction. So the Sun is going to meet with Uranus, lightning bolts, and that call for like unexpected news, truths coming out, downloads. So can we also ask like if this weekend is going to be significant in order to know more about that?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yes. So a few cards that I have. We have Dark Night of the Soul and we have Grief. with this full moon right there on this card. So I think that we are going to access a new vibration level this weekend.
Oh.
And I think that we are more ready. We're starting to get more ready for news about the past and understanding about the past.
This is so interesting. And can I just say something? I was scrolling on Instagram and I just saw that the Schumann resonance with the full moon in Scorpio was going really, really high today and yesterday. Well, yesterday. So I was like, wow, this is correlating to what you're saying. Like it's not just only letting go of some of the past stuff, but also we're really joining a new frequency.
Mhm.
Frequency.
Absolutely. I think that we're going to be able to access things that were frozen in time for such a long time. And it's almost like the cards are almost giving me that vibration of we are no longer considering like children in terms of universe vibration, and we're stepping into slowly into maybe teenager years in terms of the people on Earth. So
in terms of our collective awakening level.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I feel like that's why we are slowly going to have a little bit more of information and slowly going to be able to be made aware of the past. It's made in the past.
Wow, this is so interesting. And thank you, Edward, because that was such a good question from the other side. I'm sure he's watching. Because like he was very aware of the timing of the revelations, and that shows with this question. So we're not fully ready, but apparently we're gonna know very, very soon. So that's amazing. Let's follow up with our next one. And I keep having those ads. I know I should change my browser, but whatever. So there was this I'm sorry, I cannot speak for the moment. Yeah, Soviet spacecraft that was being sent to apparently do research on the planet Venus. And that the name of that spacecraft is Cosmos 482. And it was supposed to study Venus, as I said, and that was launched by the Soviet Union 53 years ago. And apparently, it did not really do his job, and it stayed in orbit of the Earth for 53 years. And in the past recent days, it was supposed to crash back on Earth. So everybody was waiting for that event to happen, but nobody knew exactly where it was going to hit. So finally, it did crash on Earth somewhere in the Indian Ocean after 53 years of being in orbit. So I thought that was kind of a little bit weird, and maybe because like I'm used to questioning everything. So I just like to ask the cards, was it really supposed to study Venus?
Interesting. That's the first card.
Okay. In space, for sure.
Yeah, and a woman.
And a woman. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think so. I don't think we have the card fake. So I don't think it was meant to be studying Venus. Let's see what the second rule brings as information.
Okay, I think we just put our finger on something interesting here.
Mm-hmm. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. Okay. The Sun. Hermit, the Moon. Yeah, the Moon is there very heavily. 10 of Swords and 7 of Wands.
So like a hidden agenda. So
yeah. And not just that, it's almost like it was rejected from the environment of Venus. I think that maybe this was sent to maybe more enter in contact with people that would be in that facility, in that place, in that area, and it got rejected by them. So it's interesting that we have this 6 of Wands. So they go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They were able to receive some data from it, but not what they hoped for at all. And it's very interesting because it's almost like this was meant to be gathering data, yes, but it's for a war. It's almost like it's getting data on an enemy. So I don't think it's Venus at all. I think it's around that, but it got rejected by it. So I think somebody was able to say, this is not friendly, this is not good, this is like a spy to us, so let's just reject it.
Okay. Can we have like further information on what was the real agenda, the real purpose of sending the spacecraft near Venus? Like, what's near Venus, maybe?
8 of Cups, continuing the exploration. 8 of Wands, being more efficient, the strength. Yeah, it's kind of defense and knowledge and just exploration, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. Honestly, there's so much that we don't know about that kind of what is happening really with other civilization.
Yeah.
I really feel like this was sent to take the pulse almost on if we have a problem later, we need to be aware of how to deal with that area and with that kind of civilization.
And why was it rejected by the inhabitants of Venus or the energy field? I don't know. Why was it rejected?
So we have Ace of Cup, 2 of Cup, and 4 of Cup. So that this is a rejection card. I feel like
they're living in love and they rejected the frequency of war.
Yes, but I feel like it was sent like almost like a Trojan horse. Trojan horse, that was a word. So almost like in disguise, and the disguise was just, they knew it was not just about a friendly exploration from naive civilization, but instead of just being able to respond later on if there is problem or attack them even. Right?
So last question on this, like, is the Soviet Union now not the Soviet Union, but Russia? Are they getting back some, let's say, interesting or insightful information that's going to be valuable to them from this spacecraft? Or
it says yes, but there's something about being dated, right? The 7 of Pentacles. So yes, we have celebration, but there is something about it hasn't been. It's almost like the data may not be in the past few months or years, but old. So they know that it's not totally going to be the same information. And it's very minimal. With the 4 of Swords, this is more about resting, and this is not about like active research, gathering of data. So they're still happy about it somewhat because there's something new that they learn from it, but it's outdated.
Okay. Interesting. Let us know what you think. I'm certainly very fascinated by the answers that Sophie gave us. Okay, let's talk about this particular full moon in Scorpio, which was exact yesterday on the 12th at around 1 p.m. Eastern time. So what is this full moon going to illuminate in the world? We know that full moons are usually about completion of cycles, revelations. Scorpio's about deep, dark stuff, underground stuff, the power, the hidden power in society. So what can we glimpse from the cards?
Okay. It's purging the coming together of soulmates. I did not see that one coming at all.
Whoa, okay.
Look at this. Soulmate, healing. And you like this one because there is the masculine and the feminine healing.
Yeah.
So a deep transformation. And I would say a cleansing of soul contract. If your twin flame has not done the job, it's almost like it's being send
Wiped out.
off. I was looking for a write off, but I don't know if that's the word.
Wiped out of
Yeah.
your energetic field.
And your soul contract. It's like a deep cleansing of who is entering your life. So yes, there is this romantic aspect, but it doesn't mean just romantic. It could be partners, pet, it could be business partners, friends, mentors. Soulmate is not just romantic, but there is this aspect also for sure. So it's about what is no longer aligned for you, what is dark energies. This is dark energies. This is nightmare, and we have psycho. So what is dark energies that you don't need anymore for your highest good being just flushed out of your life so that you are able, it's just really strange, those cards. So you're able to enter in union and feeling love and feeling connected and learn more on those. And for those of you who are already in a relationship, there is other aspect as well. We have family, friends, society, community, mentors. There is so many others, but I feel like it's a cleansing of the relationship contracts. And we have worked on those in the past months. We have done a big cleaning of it. And this is just this is like we're going to see what you have done, what kind of work you have done, and we're going to match your effort and match your vibration with concrete results. So don't be surprised if you were always told, for example, you're going to meet the perfect person or the perfect partner in business, or whatever it is at that age, and it doesn't match the description, because you're going to shift who is coming next into your life and who is staying into your life.
Wow. And I guess it's in relation to, let's say, like you're talking about soulmates, twin flames. Let's say someone that was meant or designed for you to meet you in your life at a certain point. If they are a match to your choices and your frequency now, like, I guess the universe is going to make it happen. But in the case that there's a disconnect and people have chosen to go on different paths, then there's going to be like a rewrite of the script. This is what I'm getting. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And it goes also into the spiritual frequency as well, in terms of your spiritual evolution, your spiritual leaders. So for those of you you have this mentor in your spirituality and you no longer align with it, the same is going to apply. You're going to recalibrate who is coming, who is staying, but in a way that you're choosing with your frequency and your work on yourself, who is going to affect your life and what frequency is it going to be.
This is so interesting because if you guys remember, 2 weeks ago, we had a new moon in Taurus that was quite, let's say, challenging, I would say. It was making a T-square to Pluto and Mars. And I was saying that we were going to have to make some choices about how do we want to invest our energy moving forward. And it was making a T-square. So usually it's about choices of direction, of timelines, and we were like almost all of us around like making decisions, whether or not like it's in a very tangible way in our lives, of where do we want to invest ourselves next? And is this investment in accordance to your values, is in resonance with your values, what you want? And this full moon, it seems like it's like the universe is like, okay, we heard you, and now we're like moving things forward so you can see the results of those maybe choices or direction.
Absolutely. If it's okay, I would like to just check quickly how to go on a best path for those of you who are feeling a bit stressed by it.
Good idea. Good idea. It's certainly an intense energy when we were in the axis of Taurus and Scorpio, which is about life and death, but also about giving, receiving. It's the axis of energy exchange. So I'm not surprised you're talking about relationships, because this is one of the big axes who talks about that. But yeah, go ahead.
I love what you're saying, because I really feel it's all kind of exchange of energy.
Yeah.
And it's really about maybe triggering on what are you willing to give and what are you accepting to receive. And you're going
Yeah.
to see who is going. You're going to see where you stand in that by who you have around you for the giving and the receiving.
Wow. Okay, let's ask the cards. I'm fascinated by what we have here.
So how to choose the best path. So first of all, you have to understand where you come from. You have to clear, if you want to, of course, with this full moon, I would spend a little bit of time to do a meditation to clear maybe the past generation wounds. So to detach from them and to say that they don't have any place in your body, mind, or feel, or any kind of place of origin in your body, in your life, because there is something with the family that you need to detach from and stop taking the bad stuff from them.
Detaching from the programming that we've received, what we've inherited, maybe limiting beliefs. And yeah, that makes sense.
And it says to fully connect with your heart and fully connect with your own needs.
Wow.
So a big meditation on your, like you said, detaching from programmation and detaching from what you received that you didn't choose, and choosing not to keep those in your field, and choosing yourself and really asking yourself, what do I need?
That's beautiful. Let us know what you think. Thank you, Sophie, for this beautiful message. And we have a very exciting announcement for everybody, don't we?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Do you want to introduce our new reading?
Yes. Oh, yes. I love this one. Okay. So, guys, I have created this 30-minute pre record, and I'm super excited about this because I know that a lot of you have written back on my 2025 yearly reading with amazing comments. And thank you so much for it, by the way. I feel extremely blessed by it. And this is very similar. So I wanted to offer this all year long, where you can ask your own question about anything that you want, and not having to worry about the timing of your appointment, and not having to worry about anything. Just ask your questions. I will record for you this 30-minute reading and send it to you. And this is extremely profound. I feel like there is something magical that happens also when I'm able to record them and to send it to you, because it's the connection is as real as in person. And you know it by now, because a lot of you have asked for the 2025 reading, and the review were amazing. So thank you. And we do have a 20% off for now, as a thank you offer for watching the shows and for being this amazing community. So it's Tarot 20. You can see it on here, and you can book right now at maisonjupiter.com.
Yeah, and the 20% off is going to be only valid for a very limited time, so until May 25th. And as usual, when Sophie's launching a brand new recording or reading, usually there's a lot of bookings. So if you'd like to get yours answered quickly, I recommend to book early. The earliest you can, the better. And the code is going to be valid to get 20% off until May 25th. The link is down below in the description box. And there's going to be a space where you can write all of your questions to Sophie, and she's going to try to answer all of them in her reading, and you'll receive a private video link so you can watch your reading over and over again, and you'll have it for life. And I always like to watch back my old readings that you did, because I feel like sometimes we grasp like a part of the information on the spot, and then like life happens and you're like, okay, I think Sophie said that, but I didn't like really grasp all of it in the moment. So I go watch it back, and I'm like, I get so like another level of accuracy and information. So she's amazing. I recommend with all my heart that you book yours. Thank you, Sophie. And yeah, let's continue with what we have to prepare for you guys. So, of course, as many of you are aware, we have a new Pope of the Christian Church. His name is Leo XIV. He's pictured here right on the screen. So in Actually, I don't know if it's in Italian. Italian and Spanish, I think they say leone, leone.
Mhm.
In French, it's Leon, right? And in English, it's Leo. So it's quite interesting. But there is like this, let's say, root of the word that seems to be around the theme of a lion, right?
Yeah.
So before I dive a little bit more into his reputation and everything, can we just pull cards on why did he choose this name? And does it have any, let's say, significance to the astrological sign of Leo? So I don't know if
Okay.
that's clear.
Let's see. Why did you choose that name? Oh, I don't like his energy. Oh no, I haven't read anything on him. Just by the way, I just want
Okay,
to.
that was gonna be my next question. So
Oh, I don't like it at all.
Sophie didn't see my slide deck, but I had this prepared for my next slide here. So I'll let
Okay,
you
yeah.
read.
Well,
Okay, here we go.
but as soon as I connected to his energy, that's what I do when I shuffle the cards. I connect to the person's energy, and sometimes I will feel things before I have cards because I channel them. This one I felt like I was going like down, like the energy was just going like really low energy.
Wow.
I don't like that because that's usually my sign for somebody's possessed.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Okay, so the significance of the word, there is something major with it. It's not from the heart. It's the choice is not like I like this name or it's a beautiful thing. No, 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 no. It's very karmic. So we have the chains and we have the key. That's interesting. I feel like this is a contract that he has entered with some darker entities, and that he had to choose that name to announce what he was going to be creating with this. So it's a full disclaimer.
Is it about I hope I'm gonna remember this word correctly. Geo something like numerology that the Masons use.
Mhm.
Oh,
I think I have it in French, so that's not going to help
go
you.
ahead.
Géomancy.
I think that's it. Let us know. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Let me know if you do in the comments below. But this is like an sort of a discipline where they get like the numerology, but it's like a specific science or art or whatever discipline. Can we ask like if, let's say, the 14 and the name Leo or Leone, does that make like a specific frequency in what is it called again?
Let's just ask what is the frequency of that name.
Yeah, is it because we combine like the numbers and the name together and that makes a specific frequency? Is that the
Okay.
reason? Oh,
The Tower reverse. Honestly, this is not a man that has his free will at all.
okay.
And the frequency of that name is a contract. Again, I see a contract. He didn't have any. This is the sovereignty card reverse. Okay, he didn't have any choice in the matter, and he has a lot to do with church. So the name, the frequency of the name, it has to do with Michael, the Archangel Michael. And it has to do, I think, with being the creature and not the archangel.
Okay. Does this have a link with the Anunnaki that sometimes, I guess, are being seen as angels, but they're not?
I think, yes, we have 10 of Pentacles reverse, meaning that this guy is not from Earth.
Like you mean like the entity that's possessing, okay, the Pope.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess it's like a rhetorical question here, but can we ask if this statement or accusations is truthful regarding the new Pope?
So let's see, because we have big news and we have the kid. And so let's see what goes underneath them, okay?
Okay.
We have Ace of Pentacle,
Okay.
and we have yeah, the Knight of Swords. Yeah. But we have 10 of Swords reversed. That means that he's going to be okay with those things. It's not going to ruin his reputation, because if it's like that, that means ruin. If it's like that, it means save.
Okay.
Oh,
Can we?
sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
It also means that what happens when the swords are going out of the body is going to bleed. That has to do with I cannot say that word. So it has to do with kids and the blood.
And
So
the substance.
yeah, the substance.
Ugh. Okay. Can we just have like some cards? What will be his, can we say reign, or
Yeah.
his time on the throne? What is it going to be like?
I would like to ask if it's okay if it was supposed to be him, because I don't feel this it was supposed to be him.
Okay, let's ask.
So which one first? I will follow you.
Was it supposed to be him? Was it planned from a long time ago, or did the script change?
No, that was not supposed to be him. Abandon, high honor. They either remove the soul of the person that was supposed to be there, or they train in that person to be going to see the other side of the rainbow, if you see what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why this change, this sudden change? Why was it? Yeah, why was it decided that it was going to be him and not the other one that was supposed to be playing this role on the grand theater that is called Earth?
Because they don't want the woman to be shining. They want to kill that in the bud. So they want to just not let that happen.
Okay, okay. And last one on this subject, can we just have a glimpse of what's going to happen in the time that this Pope is going to be on the throne? I don't know, how do we say that in Christian terms? His reign.
Unawaken, the fall, the revenge of the creature that is, and survival. We have stuck in time. So what is going to happen is that he's going to try to slow down as much as he can the awakening of the woman, the feminine energy.
Divine feminine, yeah.
Yeah, and with the help of non-human, dark, bad stuff. And it says that there is a time limit on it. There is a time limit on how much you can slow down the feminine energy to shine. And there is going to be a lot of energy that are going to push for the awakening of the feminine energy. So that's probably why we had that Saint Malachi prophecy saying the things that it's saying about the judgment day coming.
When you're talking about a time limit, is it because of, let's say, the energies of the galaxy that are pushing for more consciousness in humanity and the rise of the divine feminine to meet up, like to have a better balance between both polarities? Is that something that, or are we talking like a grand scheme of universal timing, or is it, what is that timing about?
The Justice card, we're talking about a big scheme of, it was reversed when I took it. So it says that, by the way, right now it's completely out of balance. We know it. And that the balance needs to happen. And we have a time limit because it has to be. It has to be. Yeah.
So time limit, what do you mean? Like, meaning that, let's say they have 5 years left in order to be in that low frequency and then they cease to exist, or that we have a time limit to awaken the divine feminine before we go on the right timeline? Like, what kind of...
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah,
so
I feel
the
like
dark has a definite time limit.
Yeah, absolutely. They can oppress for a certain time because we have to understand that souls wants to incarnate in that experience also.
Yeah.
It's not just black and white, okay?
Yeah, it's not against us.
Yeah,
It's for
exactly.
the awakening. Yeah.
And then we have this battle of the good and bad that says, no, 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 it's my time now. Souls want to evolve and they want a new experiences. So we have 9 of Cups after it. I just feel like it's going to be the universe source that is going to intervene in this, and that is going to just make space for the divine feminine energy anyway.
Okay. And can we have an idea about this time span of time where this dark energy can continue existing? Like, what does it look like? Months, weeks, years? What are we talking about?
Grief, crossroads, and victim. So that's where we stand right now, where we have free will with the crossroad, and victim is that we have limiting power over the choice of it, what comes next.
So it seems like we have control over this time, this timing.
Yeah, I would say under 10 years for sure, because the divine feminine is waiting and the vibration is shifting. And this is the card that says talent, purpose, and skill set. So this means for me that the new people that wants to learn different things are coming in, and it needs to change.
So the new souls that are here to have new experience, or even our souls that are that want to experience new things, are like pushing for this change. And we're here to try to make some change with the divine feminine energy. So thank you for supporting us. And thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Wow. Okay. I feel like I have so many more questions, but I don't want to take too much time on that question, but I'm like, this is fascinating. Okay, maybe an empowering question just to end this subject. What can we do to help the divine feminine rise and have a better balance and help the awakening of the collective?
That's a good question. Mirroring. So first thing first is to question everything, because we have the fog in the mirror. So first thing first is to review everything that we think we know in society, in our personal life, in our personal interaction with other people, men and women, and to really reflect on what it would be to be equal and in our power. So we have ego death. That means that, yes, there is things that we need to review, of course, in our personal level, for sure. But as a society and our leaders and everything has to do the same also.
Yeah, and we know that what is happening inside of us is a reflection of what we're also seeing in the world on different levels. But we know that they say start with the man in the mirror whenever you want some change. So this is the card, what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
Start with yourself.
It's so interesting because on this card, guess what is the message underneath? It's, I will make you question everything. Just what I said with this one.
Wow.
So question everything. It can seem like, okay, what does it mean in the concrete, in the day-to-day? It just means that you need to really pause sometimes and question your relationship with the genders and the roles, and because everybody the genders have definite actions, vibration, and qualities and strengths, and we need to honor both of them, not just one. That doesn't mean necessarily interacting with others that we need to reflect on. Yes, that is too, but also within yourself. Do you honor both parts? Do you honor your intuition, your emotions, your inner world? Do you honor also when you're in action, when you are working on your security, when you are making money, when you're working? Because in society, we value the masculine, but not the feminine.
Yeah.
And it needs to start with yourself.
And I want to add to that our outside relationships and the state of our life is an outside mirror. And going back to that card of mirroring, of what is it that we're, let's say, having an inner conflict about, or let's say a harmony about inside of us. So this is a way that we can see outside of us, like what do we have to work inside, because the outside of our experience is manifested from the inside. So I think this is really, really interesting. And the next question is in line with that. So you're talking about questioning everything. And I have a question about the white hats, which I thought was super interesting, from Nadine Brown, from one of the comments underneath one of our videos in the 5D news. She says, genuine question for people on this page. We don't hear anything about the white hats. Any reason why? Okay. So first of all, I wanted to preface this on my personal take on it, and then we're going to ask the cards a question. So I'm very aware that there seems to be like a general consensus amongst truthers, among the spiritual community, on YouTube, on many platforms, that indeed there are white hats. And here on this page it says military personnel who work directly with Galactic Federation and are involved with covert activities that can be publicized for various reasons, and they are helping basically the shift in humanity. So this is that seems to encompass like most of the definition of what's a white hat. But when we started the 5D News series of shows, Sophie and I really wanted to question everything and not start with like let's say, any kind of bias or any kind of consensus, because we're here to learn from the cards. And if we start with like what we think we know, then I feel like the cards sometimes won't show us as much of their true colors or the truth as we'd like. So we didn't want to be starting with like a set of beliefs in order to influence the questions or the cards, and we wanted to look at it from basically a fresh perspective. And also I want to add to that personally I wanted to step away as much as possible from the idea of waiting for an outside force to help the process of awakening, liberation from the dark. And I feel like this is the danger of, even in alternative media and spiritual communities, and some people might disagree, and that's okay, but I feel like this is a danger. Although I believe personally that there is some truth to the white hats, I feel like it's slippery to sometimes wait for that outside messiah, outside savior that's going to do all the work for us, because we're here incarnated as souls because we want to do the work. We want to experience what's to experience. We want to evolve. We want to work on ourselves. So to me, that's like the opposite of the idea of empowerment, of asking, let's say, Sophie or the cards, like, what can we do on a personal level to help the shift? And although I do believe that there are some good forces helping humanity. Sophie, anything you'd like to add on that?
I stand by everything you said, and I could not have said that better. I think that it's really, really dangerous to like you said, to believe that someone has the power to save us, not because they cannot, but because when you start believing in it, you stop sometimes doing the work yourself. And so many times, just in personal readings, I see, yes, it's going to happen, but I say, even though it's going to happen, you have to continue to do the work. And that's where it's tricky, because we get comfortable by seeing that it's going to happen. And we get comfortable by thinking that somebody else will do it. But like you said, we are here to have the best experience, to grow as souls. And I do believe that there is amazing souls and amazing guidance and really beautiful energies out there guiding us. It's not doom and gloom. We are in this reality of experiencing things that we want to experience. And at the end of the day, this is a simulation, right? So there is good and there is bad. But what do you take from your life is how you have grown, what you have learned, what you have taken in your action, and what you have done. So yes, sometimes I will say, oh, I see positive strength helping us, guidance. I just said that we had the card of guidance for the feminine.
Yep.
But I prefer when it's okay, what can I do to move in this direction? And that's not for everybody. I get it. But it's just to make sure that collectively we're moving in the higher frequency and that collectively we're growing as souls.
And yeah, what would be the let's say the experience of incarnating if we were just like, you know, like playing video games and watching TV until someone else saves us? Like, what's the value of that, right? And I know most of you watching here are very aware that you guys are doing personal work. You guys are doing amazing amounts of spiritual growth. So I know that you guys are probably very aware of that, but like I do think that it's important to remind ourselves to not wait for any kind of external savior, although we can, yes, ask for help. We always have guides, and God, the universe is also on our side for sure. And along with what we just said, I'd like to ask the card something on that subject. Because I'm very fascinated by how big it has become in the spiritual community, truther community, this idea of like, oh, the white hat's already won, the light has already won. And although like I do believe that we're going on the right timeline, I do believe that we're already set for success. But I do believe that we have to work on a regular basis. It doesn't mean that we have to sit back on our laurels, right? So is the concept of white hats within the truther spiritual movement being used to keep people waiting for an exterior savior? And probably some people are going to be mad at me for asking, but I just want to know the truth. Is this concept of white hats being used for us? Yeah.
Vacation. So the more you have to think about this. I'm just going to say that one more time in a personal level because I see that all the time, okay? Let's say you are unhappy in your life. You have motivation to change it. If I'm telling you it's coming and that's the month and that's how it's going to happen, most people are losing their motivation. If we're in a bigger level, we're being told everybody is going to be safe, everything is all right, people are working on it. We're not doing as much work because we are being comforted and we're being taken care of. So that's the card of vacation. Every time that you hear the white hats are doing this and we're good, it's not that I don't want to agree with this. It's just that I want to make sure we're getting there. Because if along the way we lose 20,000 people that had motivation to change things just because somebody told you that it's safe and we stop doing it, maybe we change the future.
Well said. Okay, and last one, I think it's in the same direction that you were just talking about, but let's just ask. When some truthers or let's say people on social platforms say that the white hats and the light already won, quote unquote, is it helping us to have hope and empower us, or rather is it further delaying our liberation?
Okay, so what's the effect of being told that the white hats has won?
Yeah.
We have come and get it in shadow of a doubt. Okay, interesting. And we have the star. I think it gives us hope. So that's good. I think it gives us hope.
Yeah.
I do believe that this is not negative because we see that people are still questioning and looking for what is coming in, but it still say come and get it. So that's the danger here, because that come and get it is like, okay, but you have to get there. You have to do that work.
So it's delaying a little bit. It's giving hope, but also at the same time, it has the potential to delay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I'm sure we're gonna have many comments on that, and please do comment. I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
But I think like here we're very interested into what's the effect on our soul's growth, and we're looking at the very, very broad perspective of questions such as this one. And thank you to Nadine for bringing such an interesting topic. Okay, we still have a little time left, and okay. So lots happening in the politics, of course, as usual. And I just want to ask one little question about Canada, because this is so interesting. Mark Carney, the newly elected PM of Canada, said that he asked King Charles III to open the parliament. I believe it's in July, And usually that's being done by the governor of Canada, but he wanted to, step away from what's we're being accustomed to by inviting King Charles to make it help Canada's sovereignty, and I quote. So that was very interesting because he's playing the card of sovereignty in opposition to being part of the US, but sovereignty in my book isn't exactly being a colony of the UK. So anyways, and here they're saying that is brilliant that he's playing the king card. Yes. Okay, so let's ask the card, is it a public demonstration that we are still a British colony? Is it like the effect of this, is it on a more, let's say, spiritual level? Is it to make people aware that we are still enslaved as a country to the Commonwealth and to the UK?
Absolutely. Settling, and we have bound with chains. That's pretty clear. Yes.
Okay, so
And
if people don't wake up, I don't know what to do.
that is kind of a romance there. So it's to say that they are more linked than we know.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so lots have been happening in terms of potential W3, and I'm not gonna say those words here, but last time I checked, India and Pakistan have accepted a ceasefire, so that seems to be saved. The situation seemed to be saved on that front. But now I have a question regarding Russia and Ukraine. So will they also agree to a ceasefire in the coming days, weeks, months?
It says agreement.
Okay.
I don't trust it. I would say on and off agreement. I would say we're not there yet, but the first card is agreement, and we do have there's something that needs to be addressed before they're able to really stop everything. Like, we have jealousy and threat. So they have a deeper problem than what we think it's about. And this kind of irritation between them is still there. So even though they agree to a ceasefire, I feel like it's not going to stop on the first try. Well, the next try, this one, because they need to make a more precise arrangement. Like they need to really compromise on many things.
Okay, but I do remember you said like a couple weeks ago, you said like it was going to happen, but it would take more time than we think. So yeah. I guess we're still on that timeline.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So how can we avoid this topic, this Diddy trial? So we had apparently a star witness that was just about to testify. The witness number 3, and I believe, if I read correctly, that it was the only witness who was going to testify under their real name. And that was a woman, from what I understand. Under her real name, that seemed to be like a star. So that was like a big, big deal that could have made like a huge, let's say, upheaval in the whole Diddy trial. So this star vanished right before let's say, testifying of something apparently explosive. So let's ask the cards, what really happened there?
Public enemy. Interesting that we have this.
Too compromising for many people. Okay.
What happened? We have the Tower and we have the Magician. The key, passive, ball of fire. She was betrayed by the partner that she had. The partner was bought.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we know.
And last one on this, like, is that why? Because P. Diddy apparently was proposed a plea deal by the court, and he refused. So is that why he refused a plea deal? Because he knew that some of the witnesses would disappear and he had like the upper hand on this. He was being protected basically by his allies.
Farewell and yeah, absolutely. Farewell and Dracula, absolutely. He knows that he has the power, and so far,
Okay.
he knows it. Yeah, absolutely. It says that it was already done. The deal was already done. Interesting. We have regret. Interesting. Yeah, he is extremely twisted, but I think that he had some kind of
humanity coming back.
Twisted affection for that person, but not humanity. Yeah.
Okay. Whoa.
Twisted.
Okay. Something I don't think I've asked about ayahuasca. Did I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I had that in my list last time, but I don't think we got to it. So this is a video that I found on Instagram from the O Bergman, and I hope I'm saying that right. Let's say a health coach, and he was talking, and that's the lady that was interviewing the health coach, and he was talking how he would avoid ayahuasca at all costs. And that reminded me that I've always wanting to ask about that. So let's ask about. Let's start from a very neutral point of view here, because I know it's very trendy, and I think in astrology it correlates with the North Node being in Pisces. Pisces being like substances to like escape reality, and we have like as a collective a very big see this it's going to be a very big trend for the next year and a half, even more than it was before, to use for a lot of people to use substances to buy kind of find a shortcut into enlightenment or spiritual enlightenment. And I know this is big within spiritual communities as well. So can we ask a card, is it generally good or bad for our physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies, ayahuasca?
Okay. Okay. Enabler will do the work for you. Fake breakthrough. I think it works differently for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It works differently for a lot of people for many reasons. Who is doing it with you? What is your story from your past? Your level of maturity, emotional maturity, your level of spiritual maturity. I think overall it's a gamble. Let's see. King of Pentacles.
Yeah, you're playing the roulette russe, Russian roulette.
Yeah, it makes you really unstable, and whatever you're going to find in that place, if you are not ready to deal with past, it could be past life or your past in this life. It could be if you have mental illnesses in the family, all that kind of past. If you're not willing to deal with it, if you're not ready to deal with it and accept whatever is coming in, it's really risky. On a positive note, the effect that it can has is to, when it's positive, it's to give you a lot of creativity and to start your process of creation on many, many levels. So I think that it initiates something in you, inner fire, and expand your vision. But to get there, it's really risky because a lot of people didn't do all of the cleaning of the past, this life and past lives. And don't forget, it could be that you have done all of this, but if you have mental health history in the family, that can trigger it.
Is there a way to know like if we would be a good candidate or not for this experience? Can the cards tell us if there's a way to judge beforehand if we're going to have a good experience or a bad one?
Not really. It says that you have to be stable and you have to know who you're doing it with. So it's really tricky. The Nine of Cups makes me think that you have to, if you want to do it, you would have to take half of what others are taking, just because this is a habit that is building, just because this is something that, I'm trying to not say those words that I cannot say here, but it's basically like go safe, play safe.
And okay, can we ask the cards, like, is this for most people a way to bypass internal and natural spiritual practices to get to a state of, let's say, openness and liberation?
I don't
And I'm
think
not saying for all, but like, let's ask for most. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think most people have access to that level anyway. I think you're left outside of it just because you're dealing with the crap that you have in their past. And the other people in the room, because you're
Yeah.
going to be affected by what they have and what is going out of their vibration.
Whoa. Okay. And can we ask, like, lastly, like, is this a trend or is it something that is here to stay as a spiritual practice?
Okay. It's the start of a trend that is going to evolve. So that's not going to stay at that thing exactly. But it's a trend of bypassing. This is the Aries energy. Bypassing, we have illusions and bypass of the spiritual. So it's the start of many.
The start of many other, let's say, plant medicines or substances in general that
It could be about anything that bypass, that makes it super fast in a sense, that promise of fast, let's say, a fast connection to spirituality.
and I'm pretty sure we're going to have many comments on that as well. So let us know what you think. And I do not deny that a lot of people have had like very potent experiences. Let us know if you did. We'd like to know. But also, I think having the North Node in Pisces can be very tricky for the collective because everybody wants to access those states of, let's say, being in other dimensions, heightened consciousness, but not necessarily going through the steps that your body, your soul, your emotions are ready to take in action. So thank you so much, Sophie. Wow, that was an amazing episode. Let us know if you did enjoy it, and do make sure you like this video. If you did, you can also share and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. It really helps us. And I'm going to be going on a little vacation, but we're going to be pre-recording the episode for next week. So we're going to do more like I'm going to go through your questions on the community and do more spiritual questions such as this one. So if you're interested, do make sure you listen to the one next week. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, beautiful full moon in Scorpio, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.